Hi, Mr. Tobi.
Hello. How you doing?
Very well, and you?
I'm alright. You look great.
Thank you. You look good as well. But something's
Wearing a
missing
dark.
though.
I'm wearing a lighter blue. Yeah, I'm not
Ah,
wearing my cap today.
yeah. You
Some
look
people
good
think
with
I'm a
that.
cat. I'm a fish. So I'm just trying to prove them wrong that I still look great without my
Yeah, you
cap.
do.
Anyways, how you doing?
Very well. So, what
So
do we have to do?
today we're taking an episode of Danfo Diaries. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to this episode of Danfo Diaries. My name is Tobi Daniels, and with me is
Zaen.
you should be saying your son names. People should know.
I know.
Okay, guys, welcome to the episode. Today we're talking about we're taking a story titled How I Became Owoda, the story of a Lagos JJC by Ogochukwu. By the way, in case you're new to this and you don't know what this is about, this is Danfo Diaries. It's where we share really exciting and sometimes ridiculous stories about people's experiences in Lagos Danfo buses. So here goes the first one. How I Became Owoda, the story of a Lagos JJC by Ogochukwu. If you do not know what Owoda means, Owoda directly translates into where is my money. So that's a weird name, but let's get into it. Let's see what it's about. So, do I read? Zain?
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So it begins like this. It was over 2 decades ago, and the memory of that eventful day has remained etched on my memory. I was 21 and had just graduated from Federal Polytechnic, Oko, Anambra State. Having spent my childhood and had my primary, secondary, and tertiary education in Anambra State, I was more or less, if you like, an undiluted Igbo girl who had not ventured beyond the Niger Bridge for the first time. You can then imagine my joy when my uncle invited me to stay with him at Ojota, Lagos, pending youth service. As the green on or the JJC that I was, Lagos was for me a different planet. Why in God's name was everyone in a hurry? We should ask, oh, why? Where are you running to? Why would a normal human being chase a bus in motion to board? I could not comprehend. I'm not going to lie. Let me confess, I've done that before several times. But guess what? I hid my bewilderment from my uncle. I pretended I had easily blended with the Lagos life. And so one day it happened. I was sent to deliver a parcel at Palm Grove. When I got to Ojota bus stop, the Danfo bus conductors were shouting, Obanikoro, Palm Grove, Onukban, Yaba. I boarded thinking that Palm Grove was also called Obanikoro, Onukban, Yaba. Soon the bus departed and it was time for fare payment. Owoda, the conductor bellowed at me. I was lost. My name is not Owoda. My name is Esther. I had told the conductor in my heavily accented English. Everyone in the bus busted into laughter. And I was curious. Why was everyone laughing at me for correcting the conductor and letting him know that my name was not Owoda, but Esther? Or didn't they hear him when he called me a name that my parents didn't give to me? When the deafening laughter subsided, an elderly man sitting beside me calmly explained to me that Owoda was a Yoruba word for where is my money? Or where is money? And the conductor was merely asking me to pay my transport fare. I bowed my head in shame. But then another JJC-induced embarrassment was in the offing for me, and it wasn't long in coming. No sooner had the Owoda drama died down that I got embroiled in another. Just after Maryland, the conductor, confused at the 100 naira transport fee I had handed to him, asked me where I was going. Obanikoro, Bamgroove, Onikbanu, Yaba, I replied, keeping a straight face. At this juncture, there was no laughter, but what confronted me were faces filled with concerned looks and pity. The driver and his conductor could stomach no more distractions from me. He squeaked the bus to a halt. Omo Ibo, take back your money and come off of my bus. It be like say your madness just started, he shouted at me. I was dazed, confused, and embarrassed, but again, the elderly man sitting next to me came to my rescue. I explained my freshness in Lagos to him and how I was sent to Palm Grove to deliver a parcel. My daughter, Palm Grove is a different location from Obanikoro, Onikbano, and Yaba. but they are all on the same route. Hence, Danfo conductors often shouted them together. He had explained to me. Incidentally, the kind man was also headed to Palm Grove, and he graciously guided me to my destination. That was how I was for a long time nicknamed variously as Owoda and Obanikoro, Palm Grove, Onibani Yaba, by my close pals who had narrated the hilarious experience too. And that's the end of the story. This is such an exciting story, honestly. What do you think about it?
Okay, first, before I share my thoughts on what I think about it, I want to ask you, tell me one of your JJC moments that happened in Lagos.
Oh my, I moved to Lagos. So backstory, I grew up in Ibadan. Sometime, I moved out of Ibadan in 2014, December 2014. Came to Lagos for the first time in 2014. No, not for the first time, but came to settle down in Lagos 2014. And so my JJC moment was when I had to board a bus from Oshodi to 7 and 8 Junction, on Airport Road. And then back then it was 50 naira. And I paid, I think, 400 naira because I was new to the place, and the conductor just felt, there's a nice looking gentle guy that I can take advantage of. So that was my JJC moment. Because like the bus just moved a little, and then the conductor said, "Oh yeah, bole." I'm like, "What? Are we there already?" He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, I looked at him. I couldn't say what. I just looked at him with this
disgust and
I'm like, but there's nothing I could do. So that was my own. It wasn't this bad. Because this is terrible. And I guess that's why they say that you should try as much as possible to like have other experiences outside of where you grew up. Because this lady, or I don't know if it's a guy, basically grew up.
Lady Esther.
Okay, Esther. This lady grew up, schooled in Anambra State. That's a lot. Anyways, enough about me. What do you think about the story?
I think I like it. I like I like how she started, and the way she carried us along. I'm not trying to imagine if she didn't have anyone to explain to her what she would have, how it would have been. It would have been a lot more crazier than that. But I like the story. I like the flow and everything. Although I feel like there's still some things missing, but I do like the story.
I feel like she wrote the story the best way she knew how to, right? One thing I like about the story, I think she tried as much as possible to make it fun. Maybe the person is not really a comic writer like that, but this is comical to an extent, in the way that I could understand how she tried to like piece the ideology together to make it sound interesting. Yeah.
I mean, she tried 2 decades ago. That's 20 years ago.
21 actually. 21 years ago. Only God knows how old this person is. This person is
41. Are you terrible at maths?
Ancient of days. I mean, finished school 21 years ago. This person is probably like 40s, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe mid 40s. Sorry, Esther, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I'm just being mischievous right now. So yeah, it's a good story. It's a good story. I think this is the first time I'm hearing somebody mix up locations, because I feel like a lot of people just understand that Obanikoro, Palm Grove, Onibani Yaba is not the same place, right?
It's
is it
not.
Just me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's like called together, it's too long to be the name of the place. But
wait,
I guess
Palm Grove and Obanikoro, I know they are not so far from each other, and I think one is on the other side of the road, and the other is, I'm not sure. I might be mixing them up. Or
they're actually on the same route.
I know they are not far apart.
They're not far apart. Yeah, they're not far apart. In fact, it's on the same road. Obanikoro and Palm Grove. on the same straight road. So I think it's very, very easy to miss. And I guess that's why these people, we just call them together depending on where you're going to.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that Esther has spent quite. I don't know where Esther is right now. Maybe in Lagos or in Anambra State. But she has spent quite a time in Lagos, so she wouldn't. She wouldn't mix it up anymore. Well, excited. Well, so if you're going to score the story, what are you going to give it?
Well, I didn't get your question.
If you will score the story, what would you give it?
A 7.
A 7. Why?
For the attempts, and to be fair, she did write well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and as you said, there's the slight comic relief, and the flow and everything. But so yeah, 7 is it's not bad, and for effort,
For effort. Well, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to give her 7 too. I think one thing that really stood out for me, sorry, I'm a word freak like that. I'm kind of like a nerd when it comes to these things. I love some words use words like embroiled. I'm like embroiled. And there was another word I saw, subsided. I saw another word here, really, really interesting use of word actually. I'm trying to look for it. Like some really interesting words like that. And I think words like this are usually used by people who have a level of English mastery, or maybe they need wide, So very, very interesting words used here. I love how the sentences were constructed. One thing I've really realized about a lot of Nigerian writers is that we try to compensate for how we talk, like in day-to-day conversations with our friends, asking people around us, and it makes the story more fun than usual. Do you agree with that?
Yes, it does.
Do you think that Esther should have included more of that in her writing?
Honestly, no. I think the way the tone that she used is just perfect for how she told her story. So I don't think she should have incorporated the regular way we would yarn and gist. I don't think there's a need for it.
Well, I'm just going to go with that. I mean, it's okay to do things the right way, regardless of trying to fit something like that. All right, so that's it for this particular story. I'm sure we have another story, which I'm going to hand over to. So let's get into it.
Okay, so this second story is called Conductor Wahala by Huwaka Abigail. So let me get into it. Did I pronounce that right? Okay.
I don't know, but that's the name. Huwaka Abigail.
Abigail, yeah. Okay. So a challenging experience I had with a Danfo bus conductor. As I boarded the Danfo bus from Oshodi to Yaba, I prepared for the usual chaotic ride. But little did I know, this journey would be unlike any other. The conductor, a gruff-looking man with a thick beard, eyed me with a mixture of disdain and annoyance. "Where you dey go?" he barked. As I handed him my fare. "Yaba," I replied, trying to sound friendly. He grunted and tossed my change at me, nearly hitting me in the face. I took my seat, trying to mind my own business, but the conductor had other plans. Throughout the ride, he constantly yelled at passengers, honked the horn excessively, and even stopped the bus abruptly, causing all of us to lurch forward. I held on tight, my heart racing. When we finally reached my stop, I breathed a sigh of relief. But as I stood up to exit, the conductor blocked my way. "You no go drop your change," he growled, his hand outstretched. I explained that he had already given me my change, but he refused to listen. He began to shout at me, drawing attention from other passengers. I felt embarrassed and frustrated. Just as I was about to give in, a kind-faced woman intervened, explaining to the conductor that he had indeed given me my change earlier. He scoffed but finally let me pass. As I stepped off the bus, I felt a mix of emotion, relief, anger, and gratitude towards the woman who had saved me from the conductor's wrath. It was a challenging experience, but it reminded me that even in a difficult situation, kindness can prevail. That's nice.
Hey, God.
What?
Oh, wow. Abigail, advice from me to you: never, ever again be friendly with a conductor. It is not done anywhere. It's an unsaid rule.
I disagree, Abigail. I disagree. I'm always, if I get to, or whenever I get to enter bus, I'm usually nice, and I don't know. I've never really had, even the few times, I've never had like terrible experiences. So I'm going to say it's because she was, calm. That was why kindness, someone was being kind to her. I'm going to say that. Please don't judge me. But then it's not everybody that can be mad. That's just it. It's not everybody that can be.
I agree, right? But I think kindness and being friendly are two different things. By the way, Nigeria just happened to me, guys. Nigeria just happened to me right now. Let me. Oh God, I feel so ashamed right now. If you're watching from outside the country, please forgive us. It's one of those things. Anyways, so as I was saying, I think it's one thing to be nice, and then it's to be friendly.
I understand. Yes.
Don't be friendly with conductors, please, for your own good. It's like, the way I say conductors, they're like hyenas in the wild, and you are just like a sheep or a lamb, and they will come for you. They will take advantage of that moment to maybe be rude or make unnecessary comments and stuff like that. And I usually don't entertain, especially from ladies. I would say next time, I don't think you should be friendly with conductors. I'm not saying be rude, but don't be friendly with conductors.
But then I just think he is just that, well, as I said, my experiences, I've never necessarily had any crazy experience. So, and I would say I'm always friendly in buses. Like to the conductor, I don't have a reason not to be friendly. Even when you're being a very mean, grouchy person, I will still, be me. I'm not going to try, and I will just say what I want to say, do what I want to do, act how I want to act, and I just be in my highest. If maybe I feel like you might maybe cheat me or something, I'll just ask someone seated beside me, okay, how much is the bus fare? Because it has happened once where the conductor told me a different price, and then I asked, and the passengers told me a different price, so I went with the passenger's price. Yeah, and then he changed it for the person, but so
ladies and gentlemen, apparently Zainab is from another planet. She's not one of us. So please, wherever you see Zainab, just say, hey, I know you. You're that stranger from Mars. For me, right, I think that every I'm not saying this is what Nigeria has made out of us. I think every Nigerian, every Lagosian most especially, needs a healthy dose of crazy.
Yeah.
What's a healthy dose of crazy? A healthy dose of don't mess with me, something like that. So yeah. But anyways, Abigail, just be careful next time. I think your story your story is quite short. That's I wish there was more. I was waiting for like a very huge payoff after, but I didn't get that. I'm gonna give you a story like a 6. What about you? I'll
give it a 5.
Why a
What?
5? Why a 5?
As you said, the story is short. It made sense, but there was just no kotaleno.
That's one way to put it.
It's
That's
not
one way to put it.
spicy enough.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Okay, so let me just say this right off the top, right? I think, Abigail, I think why your story is not spicy enough is because you were too kind. You were too gentle with this
Please
doctor.
leave her now.
Moment to hold on to. You should have opened eye for that conductor, even if for like 1 or 2 minutes. Drama would just, hot fire would just erupt for a while in that space. But it's good anyways. It's good anyway. I think some conductors have like, I don't know if like selective amnesia or something. They just forget that
They are just
collected,
stressed.
or maybe just stressed. Maybe they're just stressed or tired. Who knows? Nigeria is happening to everybody, so yeah.
Yeah, so. But they'll never forget their own money, Sha. As the conductor ever forgotten money is.
Never.
No matter how stressed they are, they can never leave their money unless it's just feeling generous.
Generous conductors, by the way, by the power vested in conductors in Nigeria, they have the rights, they have the authority to marry you with another passenger. In case you do not know, you can end up with like multiple family members before you finish that trip. Before you know it, you're following like 2-3 people around the street of Lagos trying to look for change because the conductor, Wow, Sabiti said there was this time the conductor forgot. Wow, and you kept mute. Sabiti,
it's blessing now.
In our country, you're one of the people. I see it. You're one who's spoiling this country. Maybe that man will be crazy, will be mad, and say, "Oh, this is how people do." Start giving problems to other passengers. Even Etsuya with the money. See what this man is saying. That is not fair.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have any like iconic experience that you want to share with us? Maybe something from, since you've been very kind to a lot of conductors and very friendly, do you have experiences that you want to share with us?
Experience. Honestly, I don't think I have any out of the ordinary. But right now I can't think of anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of, and usually I take buses like to very close distance. So I don't have. Yeah.
Wow,
but
so
now I can't remember. So maybe next episode, if I remember, I'll share. But then I rarely take buses. So
you're saying your angelic personality has saved you from Lagos shenanigans.
I think I've even been toasted by bus conductor. Yeah. Yeah, I think because I was calm, it was like, my color, fine. You're so calm, you're well behaved. He didn't let me go and because tendencies to be a people pleaser. I should give him my phone number so he would let me off the bus that day. And I blocked his number when he called. But yeah. You are not I am. I'm a Lagosian. I was born here. I've been here all my life. Yes.
Please, people, when you watch this video, leave in the comment section, right? Like, talk about. Let Zaen understand how outlandish this is, how different this is, how wonderful and incredible this is. This is the first time I'm hearing something like this.
Really?
Yeah.
In my head, I actually thought it was like a common thing, that happens to people. So is that up Nepa?
Wait. Yeah, it's up Nepa, by the way. It's back, so Well, I
So
don't think
yeah,
it's a common.
I guess our perception of life or perspective of life, you know, it shapes our reality. So I guess maybe that's why my reality in that aspect is a bit different.
Not Zayn dropping like motivational quotes on us right now. Yes,
No, I'm
that's
not.
that's really nice though. That's cool. I think I understand that. The But I would say that a lot of people have not been so lucky to have the same experiences you would have, especially in areas like that. I think if we want to take a poll now about conductors and their misdemeanor, especially to passengers, you would realize that a lot of them are very rude. A lot of them are
Yeah.
very what's it called, also very invasive. It's like the moment they realize that you don't have a guard, you don't have a defense system or something like that, they want to take advantage of that. You know, some of them even pass like unnecessary remarks and talk about body parts and stuff like that in the vehicle, and you wonder, like, how did you get to this point? So again, you have had it really nice with Lagos conductors, and I'm happy for you.
I don't know what to say about you people that have had not so good experiences, but well, it is what it is.
It is what it is, honestly. It is what it is. Well, I think for this episode, that's all from me.
Yeah, same. This is nice.
Well, nice episode. Okay, I agree. I'm going to take it. It's been nice talking to you about the stories. It's been nice sharing them with you. Guys, please follow us at Creative Kloudhub, and also you can follow me on Instagram, Tobi_. Let us know where we can follow you, Zaen.
Yeah, Zaen, THE.Zaen, ZAEN on Instagram as well. So yeah.
All right. So I'm sure you'll be seeing like handles floating on the screen right now. So yeah. Until the next episode, you guys have a great time.
Bye. Bye, Mr. Tobi Daniels.
Bye, Zaen from Mars.
Take care.